Hey guys, today I could not get through the day without eating some more of these. He's waiting. He wants to be eaten. He is ready to get into my mouth. So let me just get set up here and then we can get to talking. I have this new drink that I found. Like, it's definitely not keto friendly. I'm telling you that now. But I have so been off of my keto thing for like the past 2 weeks. Like, I don't know what's going on. Butter is delicious and nutritious, but only on keto. I'm the keto Guido. That's what one of my girlfriends called me, the keto Guido, because I was all about the keto. I still am, but I just need a break from it. I found this at Food Lion. It's called Inca Cola. I got it because my name is Inga, and this is the closest thing to anything I've ever seen my name on. So change that C to a G, baby. This is the cola for me. Hold up. Let me make sure this is the cola for me. Very tasty. I must admit, very, very tasty. I could drink that on a regular basis, y'all. I could drink it on a regular. So let's get started. As y'all can see, two things are different. For one, I wrenched all that Obey off these crabs because the last time I had crabs, I needed to wipe my eyes and I couldn't. Because I had all that Obey on my hands. And two, the second thing is I got my hair tied up because it kept getting in my face and getting in the way. And ain't nobody got time for all them shenanigans where you trying to crack into these crabs. You know? I wanted to do the full mukbang that I usually do with crabs, like with the sausage and the corn and the eggs and the cucumbers. But I didn't feel like going to the store. It is like so hot outside today. So I'm going to save that for another day. This butter is hitting right now. Oh, I did it again. I forgot that when I do the crab mukbang, so I won't have to keep looking at the time and stuff, I usually just record straight from YouTube. But I didn't do that this time. So now when I go to edit this, the editor is going to say that the video is too long. That the file is too big, I mean. That's okay. I just do like KC. I'm just gonna stop it at the regular time that I'm supposed to stop it, and then I'm gonna do the after party. Ha, yeah. And it'll usually break it up into 2 videos anyway. So, we may be okay. This might be a learning moment for me. So one of my good friends, Shanika, shout out to you, Shanika. She asked me to do, well, suggested that I do a story time about the silent twins. I wanted to do it after, you know, looking at a few videos about them. I really wanted to do it a few days ago, but I couldn't because I didn't know enough about them yet. So I had to go do my research. And what I found out was very intriguing and mysterious at the same time. So these were 2 twin girls who were born in Barbados. They're identical twins. Born in Barbados. And they came to the UK to live with their parents. Their parents came to the UK. Migrated or whatever. And you know how sometimes dealing with twins, one of them has a speech impediment and the other one doesn't? Or one of them has issues and one of them doesn't? Or they both got issues. I don't know. So, anyway, these girls, they were gorgeous girls. They were identical twins, and they both had the speech impediment. They spoke a language that was to the tune of like patois. If you don't know what patois is, look it up. It's sort of like a fast, broken English. Sort of, kind of. Their voices also sounded like they had a hearing impairment. That's what it sounds like, but they never said they had one. But that's kind of like what their voices sounded like. So, there's a lot of meat. It's really hard to understand them. And since people used to always ask them, what did they say? What are you talking about? Things like that. They made an unspoken pact, which is weird. I know this twinning thing goes far greater than what any of us know, but they made a silent pact to never speak to anyone other than each other. And that's what they did. And thus they were deemed the silent twins. They could understand you very well. Their language was very broad. They had a expansive language. Not language, I mean vocabulary. They weren't delayed in any way as far as language is concerned. They wrote books in their younger years because they wanted to stand out and be known for something. But as children, they decided never to speak to anyone other than each other. So, but they did also speak to their younger sister too. They did speak to her for a while. But eventually they stopped speaking to her too. But they made, before they stopped speaking to their younger sister, they made recordings for play Because when they was speaking to their younger sister, they were all younger. And they all used to play like dollies and Barbies and stuff. So right before they stopped speaking to their younger sister, they recorded audio recordings of them playing so that she could have them. Which is really weird. In elementary school, they went to a predominantly white school, and they were like the only black kids there. So being the only kids of color in that school, and on top of that, you have a speech impediment, you stick out like a sore thumb. So they were bullied. I mean, well, speech impediment, they didn't know they had a speech impediment. The kids didn't know they had a speech impediment because they didn't speak to anyone, or not even the teachers. So on top of being the only kids of color in that school, they also didn't speak to anyone. They were mute. And on top of being mute, they had really weird mannerisms that couldn't be explained. Like, it was videotapes of them in school, like at lunch and stuff, and they would never eat with like at the same rate or speed as the other kids did. Like, they ate very slowly. Like, on a video, like, let's say this is one girl and this is another girl. Okay, all the kids are eating. They didn't eat like that. They didn't even eat in sync like this. They ate like this. And then the other one would go. And then the other one will go. And they did that for the duration of the whole meal. It was to the point where the other kids were on their second serving or second plate, and they were still on their first. After lunch was over and kids were dismissed from the lunchroom, they were literally still in the lunchroom every day, still eating lunch. It was really weird. Like, the school would let them leave school 5 to 10 minutes before everyone else, just so they wouldn't be bullied. Well, I mean, they were already bullied, but just so that they could avoid future, more extensive bullying. So they will let them leave like 5 to 10 minutes earlier than everyone else to give them kind of like a head start or whatever. The girls were inseparable. They had this weird codependent relationship with each other, but they hated each other, but they also needed each other, which is really weird. To the point where they spent most of their time trying to figure out ways to kill each other. Like, their names were June and Jennifer. Like, Jennifer had strangled June with a cord from the record player, from the radio. And June tried to kill Jennifer by drowning her in the river. But neither girl was ever successful in killing the other girl. And then they would go back to being inseparable. Now, these girls, it was so crazy. Like, they lost their virginity to some American boys. They took a liking to these American boys that they had met when they were in like a psychiatric facility or whatever. I believe that's when they met the boys. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they met the boys when they were in a psychiatric facility. And they started a relationship with these boys. They were also, no, I think they met them in school. Because they were all around the same age and they lived near each other. The girls would go, when they were maybe like 14, 15, they would go to the boys' houses and spend time with them. And they lost their virginity to these boys. Well, the boys didn't stay in the UK. Their parents decided to move them back to the United States. So, they were girlfriend and boyfriend. So, your boyfriend disappears. Eventually, you're going to wonder why, wonder what happened, and things like that. So, they went to the boys' house, and the boys were gone, but they left a note for them saying, you know, we moved back to the United States. Well, the girls went to a rage and started doing like petty things, like petty thefts and stuff like that. So they weren't getting recognized, or that wasn't suiting their anger, as Joseph said. So June started setting fires to buildings in the little town that they lived in. And she said, the only way I can get my anger out is if I set these fires, and I don't care if I burn this whole town down. So she started setting fires. And she wrote in her journal about how it made her feel to set the fires. So they got caught and they got put in jail. Eventually they ended up in a maximum security psychiatric hospital. So the psychiatrist believed that it would benefit the girls if they separated them, because when they were around each other, they would fight, but when they were separated from each other, they would cry. So they were in separate areas, like separate cell/rooms or whatever. And first off, one day, like, they didn't eat together either. They didn't see each other at all. They would constantly cry for each other. They were like 16 years old. Constantly cry for each other or whatever. So the doctors found out that one of them wasn't eating. So then they looked at the other girl. The other girl wasn't eating. So one day, one of the girls would eat. And that same day that girl ate, the other twin would starve herself. And then the next day, like, let's say, okay, so today June would eat. She would gorge on food. That day, Jennifer would starve herself. And then tomorrow, Jennifer would eat. She would gorge on food. And that same day, June would starve herself. But they didn't communicate with each other, so they didn't know that the other one was doing this. And this went on for a while. The staff would go into their rooms and find them stuck in a position, like a pose, for most of the day. And then they would go into the other room with the other girl, and the other girl would be stuck in the same position. So they decided that it was a health risk for them to keep the girls separated. So they decided to keep them together. And when they kept them together, the girls would try to kill each other. They would write in their journals, like, Jennifer would write stuff like, I hate her, she needs to die, I wish she wasn't here, she's prettier than me, things like that. Which is weird because they were identical. And then June would write stuff like, she's my other half. How could I live with her alive? She makes my life miserable. But how could I live without my shadow? And things like that. So the doctors decided that, because they were in a psychiatric facility with like real criminals, like murderers and things like that. So the doctors decided that it was too, the prison that they were in, the psychiatric prison that they were in, was like too much security for them. They weren't that bad criminals. So they moved them to a lower security psychiatric hospital where they could still get care and still be monitored, but they wouldn't be around like real criminals. So at this hospital, wait a minute. At this hospital, they met this lady. She was like a journalist, and she was like the only friend other than sexual relationship that these girls had. So she actually wrote a book about these girls, and the book is called The Silent Twins. So when she was talking to the girls or whatever, the girls told her, no, this is before they moved. This is before they moved. They were still in the maximum security prison. So the girls told her that, not the girls, Jennifer told her that one of us has to die. So she was like, what do you mean one of you have to die? Nobody has to die. And she said, we've discussed it and we've made a decision. One of us has to die in order for the other one to live. And it's going to be me. So she's like, what the hell? Like, what are you talking about? This is crazy. So the day that they were moved from that maximum security prison, maximum security psychiatric facility, and transport to the new facility, they were being transported together. Jennifer lays her head on June's shoulder, and in transit, from one place to the next, when they got there, Jennifer was dead. They investigated it. There was no foul play, no injection marks, no signs of struggle. When they did the autopsy on her, it just showed that she had inflammation around her heart. It's almost like she was heart sick or something. And at that moment, June is the one who's still alive. At that moment, June began to blossom. Like, she speaks to any and everyone very well. She's very well versed in speech. She's outgoing. She has relationships with people. She got released from the psychiatric treatment facility. She's not on any medications for psychiatric illnesses. And it's just really macabre. Like, it was almost like they were one person living in two bodies and couldn't coordinate the two bodies. And it's almost as if Jennifer is living within June. Like, she still keeps her memory alive. Like, it's really crazy. And they were deemed the silent twins. Like, I'm surprised nobody's ever written a book about, a movie about them. It needs to be a movie about them. I would love to see it. Because, like, just watching the documentary was so intriguing. And I feel like it was so much more that I was missing in that documentary. And the documentary was like 50 minutes or whatever. I needed so much more. Because I have so many questions. I mean, June has a really good relationship with her mom and her dad. She says all she wants to do is get married, have kids, have a family of her own. She says she wants to marry a Rasta man. She's like in her 30s now. So intriguing, like. This gonna be good. I can't believe it took me 30 minutes to eat 3 crabs. Well, 2.5 crabs. That's crazy. The other day I had to straight eat them crabs with my eyes closed because something was in my eye. Look at that. Yes, yes. If crabs didn't exist, I don't know what I would do. Let's just say, like, this week, crabs became extinct. What would I do? I crave these things so bad. Look at that. It's good. Woo! I cut my finger on these crabs the other day. I don't know which one. Last time I had crabs in here, this floor was so dirty. I was like, girl, what are you doing? Find your chill. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. So not ladylike. I need all of that meat. That's the good stuff right there. Tell me that. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. I need that. Yep. So, who went to go see The Lion King? It came out yesterday. I still haven't gone to see it yet. I need to, though. I started to go today, but it's hot. Ooh, this gonna be good, y'all. It's a lot of meat. Look at all that meat in there. Look at that. All that meat. It was like a platter of meat on there. Just a crab meat platter. My lips is popping with this butter lip gloss. Butter gloss. I think eating Maryland blue crabs is therapeutic for me. Because you can't gorge on a Maryland blue crab. Like, you have to eat it slow. Because you have to pick it. And as you're picking it, when you by yourself eating them, you reflecting on some stuff. You be so focused. You know who videos I ain't watching in a long time? Young Mellow with them daggone chicken strangers. That daggone Savannah. And Hater Maker. Duh. I haven't looked at Hater Maker videos in a minute either. And I used to watch his videos all the time. I know I better not show up on no Hater Maker videos. Don't make me have to come over there and take it to you. He do like parody videos. Making fun of people and stuff. And most of the people he make fun of is Savannah. from Young Mellow. It'd be hilarious though. And she'd be so mad. She'd be like, why are you stealing my pictures? That'd be hilarious. Like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna watch them tonight. I'm gonna see what new content he got up. This one is like mushy. Yeah, I'm not gonna eat that one. I don't like the mushy part. Woo! Uh-huh. My butt going down. Yes, it is. So we in the after party right now, guys. I want to sing the song like KC, but I can't because they probably gonna get me. Yeah, because I could do that though. Like, I'm saying the words, you know. Thank you, KC Connector, for the idea. KC Connection, I mean, for the idea. Like, gotta give you a shout out. If I use your idea, I'm definitely gonna give you a shout out. And shout out to all the fellow mukbangers out there. I'm so enjoying watching all of y'all shows. Like, it's awesome. Why are you looking like you got in trouble? Come here. You gonna be on camera, so you might want to fix your face. Why are you looking mad?
Because this little brat, he sprayed me and I wasn't even supposed to get wet.
He sprayed you with what?
Water.
You afraid of water?
No. It's that because I gotta go football practice. I don't want to go that way.
You don't got a football practice that.
Why?
You got canceled.
I don't want to get wet.
You better go outside and dry off, because you ain't putting on no new clothes to go outside and play in. Come here. You better not go outside trying to fight nobody either. You hear me? I mean it. If you that angry, you need to stay in the house. These little boys, I tell ya, and their little anger issues. I'm looking out the window because he go outside, he be upset. Something always happen. Somebody always knocking on my door. He always getting in trouble. And it's never ever his fault. I'm getting full, guys. And to think I was getting ready to put another crab on this tray. Ain't no way. In all of the world, I was going to finish another crab. No freaking way. This thing is good. Woo! Look at that. Yeah, buddy. Y'all see that? My tongue long. Let me find out. Let you find out what your girl working with. Yeah. crack these legs and then be done with it. Nice little popsicle. Popsicle, 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 popsicle. That's some good stuff. The Maryland crab or the blue crab is so sweet. People be asking why they call it the Maryland blue crab and stuff like that. Because other places have crabs too, I believe that the reason it's called, the crabs in Maryland are called the Maryland blue crab, is because in other places they boil their crabs, but here in Maryland we steam our crabs. I believe that's why it's called the Maryland blue crab. And we're right by the bay. Well, we on the bay, and that's where our crabs are from. But if you think, or you know a different reason why it's called the Maryland blue crab, you know, let me know. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, please. I beg you. I just try to get you to leave me a comment, then do it anyway. Burp. Why you ain't do it yet? Go do it. Good grief. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. You sitting there doing nothing? You not eating a crab right now? Or maybe you are. I don't know. Find out and let us know. You the nerd. Yes, you are. Yes, you is. Yes, you is. Don't talk to me like that. That's good. So guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Always remember to put a little sauce on your awesome and sprinkle it with a little razzle dazzle, baby. Bye bye.